Okay, hello, good morning and welcome back to the Midgård Black Ship here in southern Sweden. Starting to rain again here, so yeah, I guess for the next few hours I'm going to be digging cement sand in the rain over there where the wheelbarrow is. Digging out for the grey water overflow for the botanical cells at the same time as getting the cement sand I need to finish the bedroom and bathroom. Approximately a month's work now left on those two things. But yeah, there's so much been going on that I felt the need. I had to do a general update now, and it's also timed with our delayed annual meeting for the Medicine Waste Cooperative, probably at the weekend. Yeah, as many of you know, we've been splashed all over the national, regional and local medias this last month. It's been hectic. I had to down tools for the whole month, basically, because there was literally things happening every single day. Unbelievable time. But a lot of positive stuff anyway. We needed to get out there with a lot of messages and things. It's just a shame that we had no opportunity to mention the start of our final fundraising campaign to finish the ship. But we'll get back to that anyways on a separate note. This is just a general walk around quickly. So yeah, I'll walk into Babble at the same time. So yeah, we had a visit by Ebbot Lundberg, lead singer of Soundtrack of Our Lives, and his wife and friends, and Teokas and Ghost Horse from the Lakota people, but also from First Voices Radio. And the final media thing I'll be doing now before I get back to work fully is I've been invited by Teokasin as guest on First Voices Radio, and there'll be an interview recorded on Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, and I'll be going out in about 2 weeks all across North America via 130 channels associated with their station. But it will also be archived on Spotify, and it will be on the global website of Kingston Radio based in New York. So everyone will get a chance to hear that one, and it'll be in English as well. So yeah, there's that. Walk on. I've been up all night until 3 in the morning doing fiddly mosaic tiling in the bathroom before the sticky white stuff ran out. So unfortunately for the phase 3 funding, I miscalculated. I've never done tiling before, so I didn't know how much of the grout was needed to stick the tiles down. So unfortunately, phase 3 fundraising isn't quite over. I need to magically find another 2,500 krona, which is about £250 sterling or $250 US. So yeah, I've got the stuff to go in between the tiles, but just to finish the jobs off that I was doing, but I don't have for the shower floor or the bathroom floor itself. So that's something I'm going to have to try and solve over this week if we are going to finish the bathroom. What more? Basically, all that's going in here is the floor sanding had to go on pause while we had that massive visit with Ebbot and Teokasin. There was about 10 of us here for the evening. Very cozy evening. A lot of nice, warm, friendly, supportive discussions. I'll go through to the bathroom and see what I've been doing last night anyway. Because, well, as you've seen all over Facebook, we've got a toad living in the house and a little lizard, Lizzie, that's been following us around. It's dark in here at the moment. I don't have my headlight either. But yeah, the tiling under the sink is what I was doing last night. But also a little high shelf there is done now. And in the arches, I've put the bottoms in there. But the shower floor, we have the tiles, but we just don't have the grout. So I'm gonna go over in the meantime to, like I say, dig cement sand and do the regular cement work, finishing the arch above the toilet, and some of the walls around the top up against the ceiling can be done now. And up above the shower and over the door, both both those actually need building up. So I'm going to do that while the tiles are drying. And what I'll do is tomorrow I'll come back and put in the grey grout in between the tiles, which is going to be messy, but at least there's no leveling involved. Temperature-wise, thermodynamic testing was done in winter for the first time, which was good results. Sleeping in -12 conditions, even with all the doors open under the duvet there. But the ship did not, in the worst case scenario, sink below 10 degrees plus, even with -12 outside. So that was major. But now the sun's been coming back and charging up to the mass of the shade house, which has been warming the air consistently for the whole ship. So in the morning, we haven't had less than 16 degrees, and by evening it's gone up to 18 degrees. So just by making fires for the meal times, then it will be very easy to keep year-round the temperatures up in the high 20 degrees C, 28 degrees I think I had even in the winter conditions, making 3 meals a day. There we got one of the underfloor storage things done for root vegetables as well. Whatever. We, because people are supporting me, like Patreon paying for my communications and Sarah paying for my food until we get the food forest in. But then we're trying to time the clear up of the site. It's a 1700s ruin of a site, so there's a lot of stuff that we systematically have to keep clearing up, recycling or upcycling. But then the storm damaged forest there, all the pines and spruces that blew over, been processing for, as you know, for the firewood of the ship. So now we're stocked up with 3 months chopped wood in the ship, and now we're starting to fill the tent here. Me and local elder Anders are out with the chainsaws trying to speed that up. But this week anyway, before the rains came back, we got all of this in, which feels really nice and secure to see your fuel supply building up so far in advance. Yeah, knowing that we're fuel secure for cooking and heating. So even without electricity, then it'd still be very comfortable to survive in this ship. Don't think there's much else to report on as far as the ship development goes. We've been doing a bit of groundwork. Sarah's been out raking the leaves in the pathways, but not on the raised beds, obviously. We want to layer the mulch up there year after year with the biomass that falls naturally. But we've got about 6 months of cover material for the toilet stored dryly now, so we're on top of that. Starting to collect these piles of the fallen wind-blown birch branches just to keep measuring each year the increase in the biomass that falls, like I said in the last video, because eventually we want to be chipping that and thermal composting it to run our hot water through. And you, like I said last time again, you get like 60 degrees warm water for 6 months at a time before needing to reload. So that's the aim there. It's time to replace the hops fence around the circle. Yeah, so that's one of the jobs next on my list. I've got to take the netting off, chop up the fence posts that have rotted through, and get them into drying for firewood as well. My design there is to be sustainable, to replace this fencing every 5 to 10 years by harvesting my own planted trees. And yeah, even that's going well. Basically, we have the wood out there that I can use to replace this. But as you can see here, the hops are already coming up really strong. So I really have to hurry up with that one. Hopefully over the next week, 2 weeks at the most, I'll squeeze that in. We're starting to clear positions around the circle for the first fruit trees, or the second year of fruit trees that we've got to go in, that Sarah and Monica bought. There's one from last year. It's a pear of a nice variety, grafted. So So we've got about another 20 to go in this section around the southeastern curve of the circle, which is mainly cherries, hazel, beech nut, ginkgo, walnut, which will go on the north side, like I said last time, because of the height they get to. And I've been clearing up finally around the front face of the ship, because that's the phase 4, final phase of funding to build the final greenhouse, which will cover the botanical cells and be our wastewater system that's approved and paid for with the permits now. So that's great and positive, but it's a big target. It's the fourth and last time we're aiming for a final 300,000 kroner, which will bring this ship up to its full market value. Material value, it will be landing at about 1.2 million kroner, which is only about 120,000 pounds. And for the size of the building that you get for that money, it's huge, 350 square meters. You don't get that in any other kind of building for that kind of material investment. So the market value, we've actually had real estate agents in here saying, comparing to other earthships around the world that are on sale, and they agree that the final market value will land at around 13 to 15 million kroner because of the amount of handwork that's gone in and all the arty-farty bits that I've been adding. So I have a big plan with that. I always have had. We're non-profit for as long as this was a research ship, and the research is ending now, that period, after 25 years. I know this is going to work, and I know for generations to come of my family, they will never have to pay bills again for the rest of their lives, and they will never have a harmful footprint on the planet either, because of the world's smallest ecological footprint research I've been doing for my own designs. I know the thermodynamics work, so I know we've created a healthy environment. It just needs finishing off. So that's all good. It will definitely be worth that value. And one woman from the real estate agents has even asked if she can be the one to put the final official market value price on it. So the plan is, from the non-profit research period, which, like I say, we've got one final 300,000 to raise, we'll go over eventually to belonging to my family, but we will be paying back that material investment so that more ships can be created for Sweden. And I've been talking to so far 11 municipalities around the south of Sweden who are positive to earthships, and one who is open to discuss an earthship village, and that's in the region of Småland, further south, a couple of hours south of here. So that's on my mind. And the plan is basically, when we have that market value of the ship, I intend, first of all, creating an income from the ship to show consistent 6-month income by using the east side here as bed and breakfast when it's all painted up and floors oiled and inner ceiling in here and insulated. So after 6 months of that, proving we can make an income from it, I'll be able to apply for a loan with one of the local eco-friendly banks, where we can loan up to 85% of the market value of a property or building. So in this case, I'll be loaning about 10 million kroner. And not only will that free my family for life and pay off all the good people who've donated by getting the process going for other people and getting other ships built, but the project itself will start rolling out, and I will create a People's Land Materials, Tools and Seed Fund, and continue negotiations with the first commune or the first municipality who will allow a prototype earthship village. And that will include my design of the world's first stable ship, an earthship for horses, and whoever's doing the horse breeding will have living accommodation in the middle of that building. So that's been waiting excitedly for a long time. And that ship will also have a market value on completion of the same, about 13 to 15 million kroner. So this process will be set in motion and keep going and speeding up. I'll be running Earthship training camps at that point and permaculture food forest camps, and create a backup income from that to expand the project further, and give more people the opportunity to get involved in this. But a ship this size, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Don't worry about this has taken me 16 years like you keep hearing about in the media. I've known all along that when you have the right amount of people gathered, even just volunteers and a couple of people who are trained in Earthships, you can knock out a building of this size in 3 to 6 months. It's been proven over and over again by Michael Reynolds' own academy and projects around the world. And I've really learnt this in every detail, how to build these things. So I will gladly stand for that position always within the Medicine Ways Cooperative. And again, it will create another trickle-fed backup income to the whole project. And the non-profit work then will keep going. Every time it's a research ship or research community that we don't really have all the answers for until it's complete, village-scale ecologies, then we'll keep it non-profit. But every time someone goes through the membership process of our organization and really commits to wanting to live in one of these ships, then we'll do the same kind of deal. We'll keep the whole process going for the sake of other people and land and life. So, yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said at this point. I really have to get back to work to make up for lost time. It's not lost time, it's well spent time. But I really have to get back to work now and finish the interior of the ship that we have the materials for. But if anyone can help out with 2,500 kroner, it means we get the bathroom fully finished. And it means me and Sarah can move over to the bedroom and bathroom side, which means we can finish off the finer details on the east side here. And even before some of the systems are connected, we can open it up to sometimes volunteers for a weekend, but other times we can trial out the bed and breakfast thing as well, just to help with the fundraising. Hope everyone's having a good, exciting build up to spring and summer out there. But this video again is getting quite long, so I'm gonna end things here for now. But I just felt like people on the Patreon channel and the YouTube channel should know what's going on. The Raven banners are up, but they're in the peaceful positions, so there's no conflict. We're actually at peace with all the authorities, and I've heard they support our work even locally now after all this media storm, so I look forward to welcoming them down here as well to see what we've been up to. Catch up after 10 years. All right. I guess I need to go and dig sand before that rain gets too much. So I'll end it here, and I will update again soon. I'll do another special video for the Patreon channel, because this is building up to something major and exciting. And I don't want to give it all away too publicly. So we want to start building private community in the Patreon channel. And that's another way that you can actually secure the future of this project, is by becoming a member in the Patreon channel. It's only 100 kroner a month for access to the video diary I'm going to be opening up now. And in British, that's like £10 a month or $10 US a month. But if we get 3,000 people from around the world in there after we've been on First Voices radio, then we have something really powerful here as part of the regenerative effort of the planet, and getting people into regenerative careers and lifestyles and setting up their future generations completely sustainably, beyond sustainably. Everything we do will have side effects that bring life back. And that's what the video series are going to get into in the Patreon channel as well. So all the details will be fully open. There's nothing hidden, full transparency. No power structure to the organization, except consensus building within the meeting structure as we get more people involved. So 20 minutes. Oh, these videos are getting longer. I'm gonna stop there and wish you all a good day out there. And thank you for your support and interest. Bye for now.